Hi, welcome to DAppBlocks. In this video, we will learn about Ethereum, Ethereum Overview, Web 2 versus Web 3, Ethereum nodes, Ethereum State machine, different types of accounts or addresses, Ethereum transactions, smart contracts, EVM, that is Ethereum Virtual Machine, and other Ethereum components. If you are new on this channel, my name is Himmat. Here we learn all fundamental concepts and practical development of blockchain technologies. So if this is something helpful to you, then press the like button and subscribe to this channel. Also press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Let's get started. What is Ethereum? Ethereum is an open source decentralized computing network that executes smart contracts. It is a public blockchain and anyone can use to build a peer-to-peer decentralized applications. Let's first see Ethereum history. 2013. Vitalik described Ethereum in a white paper with the goal of creating applications. In 2014, Ethereum was announced at the North America Bitcoin conference in Miami. In 2015, the first live version of Ethereum called Fortier was started. In 2016, Ethereum was split into two different blockchains. One is Ethereum and another is Ethereum Classic. In 2018, Ethereum becomes the second largest cryptocurrency after Bitcoin. In 2020, Ethereum launched ETH 2.0. Ethereum is an evolving technology, so there are many upgradations happening in this space. Here we have captured only main events. Now, before directly jumping into the Ethereum, let's understand difference between Web 2 and Web 3 from technical point of view. If you see here in the Web 2, a person uses any device to connect to the front end with the help of internet. Then that front end communicates to the back end using different services. For example, REST API. And there we have the centralized database or central server where we keep all our information. So this is broader picture of any centralized applications. Now, if you consider a Web3 application, which you can call as a decentralized application, things are little different. There is no change in first part, which is user can access front end from any device with the help of internet. Here we don't have any centralized database, so we need something to connect to the distributed network. So we have wallet tools, for example MetaMask or Web3.js or Ether.js. With this, you can connect to the decentralized applications. In Ethereum, we can have two types of blockchains. One which runs on a local system called Ganache and other which runs on actual peer-to-peer network which runs nodes across different locations. This can also further differentiate into the main network and the test network. Here we have two options to use for development. First one is to use Ganache, other to use the test network. Ganache runs on the local system. We can use that port number to connect to the Ganache blockchain. How about the actual network? How to connect to that particular network? So here we have the node provider, for example, Infura, which allow us to connect to the network using RPC. RPC is a protocol used in distributed computing to request a service on different node. Now let's deep dive into the Ethereum components. We have already discussed blockchain fundamental concepts in another video. What is blockchain and how does blockchain works? I highly recommend to watch that video because with that you will understand Ethereum process very easily. You can find that link in the description below. We have seen how to connect to the Ethereum nodes. Now let's understand what is a node and different types of nodes. Nodes represent the computers that are connected to form a Ethereum blockchain. Nodes plays an important role and perform many tasks. Let's first understand types of nodes. Full node. Full node store entire blockchain data and all blocks including block header and body of the block. Light node. Light node stores only block headers used for low capacity devices. If you want to know more about block header and body of the block, how it derives and what it contains, you will find details in the blockchain fundamental concepts video. Archive node. It stores everything from full node as well as historical state of the blockchain. Full node stores the current state, whereas archive node store current as well as historical state. Nodes also perform role of EVM, that is Ethereum Virtual Machine or miners. There are no dedicated nodes for EVM. All nodes can act as a miner or EVM. Let's first understand miner node. Miner jobs are to write and maintain the distributed ledger. Miners' responsibilities include first, create or mine a new block with the transaction and add that block to the existing blockchain. Second, broadcast newly added block to the other miners so that they can update their ledger on the node. Third, accept new block added request from other miners and update their own node. I will make another detailed video on miners and how does mining work. What is EVM? We will discuss that later in this video. So we have mentioned that node stores states. What is state? Now let's understand that. Ethereum can define as a chain of states. Consider an example. Here we combine these three transactions in a block and we should have one state before these transactions. Let's call state T, and there should be another state after these transactions called state T plus 1. Likewise, we can have chain of states. State T to state T plus 1 will have block N with 3 transactions, and state T plus 1 to state T plus 2 will have another block called block N plus 1 with other 3 transactions. Hence, we can call Ethereum is a chain of states and Ethereum blockchain is chain of blocks. In Ethereum, everything starts with a transaction. Then how does Ethereum execute or start a transaction? And how does user interact with this transaction or initiate a transaction? So here is a concept called accounts. Each account represented by 20 bytes or 160 bits of address. An Ethereum account contains 4 fields. Nonce. Nonce is nothing but a transaction counter. With every transaction, it incremented by 1. Ether balance. Ether is a cryptocurrency associated with Ethereum blockchain. Contract code. Code that executes on Ethereum virtual machine. Storage contents of an account by default it's empty. There are 2 types of account in the Ethereum. Externally owned account, that is user account, and contract account. User accounts are used to create transactions signed with the user private key, whereas contract account has smart contract. Smart contract is set of functions or code which executes and generate output. Transactions. Transaction is a single cryptographically signed instruction. An account initiates a transaction to update the Ethereum network state. Once user submitted a transaction, it will broadcast to the whole network. After this, miner will execute transaction and it will change the network state. In order to execute a transaction, miner takes fees in the form of Ether. This fee is called as a gas fee. A transaction includes nonce. Nonce is a sequence number, that is number of transactions created by an account. Recipient, the destination address. Signature. Signature is the identifier of the sender. This is a digital signature which includes authentication, non-repudiation, and integrity. If you want to know more about cryptography, then please watch blockchain cryptography video. Link in the description below. Value, amount of ether to be transferred. Data. Data is an optional field which includes the data. Gas limit. Maximum amount of gas units can be consumed by the transaction. Max priority fees per gas. The maximum amount of gas to be included as a tip to the miner. Max fee per gas. Maximum amount of gas willing to be paid for a transaction. Now these transactions are formed. There should be something to execute this transaction. So to execute transaction or code called smart contract, we have EVM, that is Ethereum Virtual Machine. Let's understand EVM. The Ethereum Virtual Machine is a runtime environment for executing transactions on Ethereum network. EVM is the part of Ethereum that handles smart contract deployment and execution. Ethereum instruction sets. Ethereum instructions includes arithmetic and bitwise logic operations, execution context inquiries, stack, memory and storage access, control flow operations, logging, calling and other operations. The job of EVM is to update the Ethereum state by computing valid state transition. As a result, smart contract code execution as defined by the Ethereum protocol. Smart contracts. Smart contracts are computer program. It is immutable, which means once deployed, code of smart contract cannot be changed. Smart contract output is deterministic. The outcome of smart contract execution is the same for each run. Each smart contract is identify a unique address, that is contract address. Now let's understand what is Ether and Ethereum Gas. Ether. Decentralized application on the Ethereum network require computing power, and Ether is a form of payment for network participants to carry out the operations that they request on the network. Ethereum Gas. Ethereum Gas is the cost required to complete a transaction or execute a smart contract function on Ethereum platform. Price of the gas determined by the supply demand on the network. Gas fees are the fees paid by the users to the computing power required to process and verify transactions, which is ultimately paid to the miners or validators who provides computing power resources. Here we have covered most of the Ethereum components. If you want me to make a detailed video on any specific topic, then please comment below. Let's understand some Ethereum applications. Ethereum has many applications. We can divide them into four broad categories. First, decentralized finance. In decentralized finance, we have lending and borrowing. For example, Aave, Compound. We have tokens swaps. For example, Uniswap. Then we have payments. There are many applications available in the decentralized finance. Second is art and collectibles, that is NFTs. In NFTs, we have music NFTs, we have art and fashion, and we have digital collectibles. Third one is gaming. In gaming, we have virtual world gaming and competition. These are the few examples. Decentraland, Axie Infinity. Then we have technology, utilities, marketplaces, browsers, for example, Brave browser. So these are some applications available on the Ethereum blockchain. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.